Hello students, welcome to the online classes. Our topic today is compound interest. Let's quickly take an explanation on compound interest. Under compound interest, the simple interest is not paid to the lender. When we say lender, we mean the borrower. Instead, it is added to the principal, that is the money being borrowed, at the end of the time, that is either a year, half a year, month, etc. Then the principal will definitely change, that is, it will increase at the end of each time, which makes the successful interest higher. To find compound interest, the principal at the end of each year must be calculated on a systematic basis. So let's quickly take an example to that effect to explain what we really mean by compound interest. So let's see how to calculate compound interest. Now, example 1. Find the compound interest on 650 in 5 years at 4% per annum. Now the solution. We are going to find the interest for the first year. Since we are asked to calculate for 5 years. We are asked to calculate for 5 years. So we are going to look for the interest for the first year. Now recall your formula for simple interest. This is our formula for simple interest. So we are going to calculate the interest for the first year using these parameters. P is equals to 650. Our R is equals to 4%. This R here is the rate, while T here is equals to 1. So we are not going to use these 5 years to calculate the simple interest for the first year. Rather, we will take it year by year. So we are going to do it for the first year, which is this. We are going to use this formula, the simple interest formula, to calculate the interest for the first year. Now this is the calculation. We know our P to be 650, our T, which is the first year, to be 1, then our R, which is the 4%. Then we will now substitute everything back to this formula. So we are going to have it as our interest is equal to 650 times 1 times 4 all over 100, and that will give us 26 naira for the first year interest. So what we will now do next is to calculate for the second year. So we are going to calculate the simple interest for the second year. So in doing this, we are going to calculate the principal. Now we are going to get the new principal by adding the old principal, which is 650, to our interest, which we got in the first year, and which is this, and it will now give us 676 as our principal that we are going to make use of in the second year. And this is the calculation here. Our interest is equals to, we are still maintaining the same formula, but our T will maintain 1 throughout our calculation. So our interest for the second year now will now be 676 naira times 1 times 4 all over 100. Doing that, we are going to have 27 naira 4 kobo. Now we are going to move to the third year now, which is the simple interest for the third year. We are going to get a new principal also. We are going to look for a new principal, which is we are going to add this 676 naira to this our interest for the second year, which is 27 naira 4 kobo, for us to get a new principal, which we are going to make use of in calculating the interest for the third year. And this is the calculation here. So our principal is equal to 676 naira plus 27 naira 4 kobo, which will now give us our new principal at 703 naira 4 kobo. So we are going to input this back to the formula of simple interest. Our principal is equals to 703 naira 4 kobo times 1 times 4 all over 100, which will now give us 28 naira 12 kobo. So let's move to the fourth year. Let's move to the fourth year. The fourth year now, we are going to have our new principal for the fourth year, the principal for the third year, plus the interest we got in the third year. We are going to add them together for us to get the new principal for the fourth year. So which is this here? We have 731 naira 16 kobo as our new principal, which we will make use of in the fourth year. And this is it here to get our simple interest. So our interest here is equals to 731 naira 16 kobo times 1 times 4 all over 100, which we will now have our interest for the fourth year at 29 naira 25 kobo. Now let's move to the last one, which is the fifth year. Our principal for the fifth year will now be 703 naira 4 kobo plus 29 naira 25 kobo. So these ones are gotten from here. We got them from the fourth year. Our principal for the fourth year plus the interest we generated from the fourth year, we are going to add them to get our new principal for the fifth year, and that will now give us 760 naira 41 kobo. Now this is the calculation for the interest for the fifth year. Now our interest will now be equals to our new principal, which is the 760 naira 41 kobo times 1 times 4 all over 100, which will now give us 30 naira 42 kobo. Now we are going to stop here. We are not going to do for the 6th year because we are asked to calculate the compound interest for 5 years. So this is our final amount will now be equals to 760 naira 41 kobo plus 30 naira plus 42 kobo, which is equals to our final amount will now be 790 naira 83 kobo. And our original amount is this. If you could remember from our question, we are giving the original amount as 650 naira. Now our compound interest. Our compound interest will now be equal to 140 naira 83 kobo. So we are going to minus this from this. We are going to minus 790 naira 80 kobo from the original amount, which is 650 naira, for you to be able to get your compound interest. So which is equals to 140 naira 83 kobo. So this is how to calculate compound interest. We'll do it year by year. So in our next video, I'm going to teach you how to use compound interest formula. That one is very fast. We don't need all this calculation. You just input your parameters into your formula and you get your final answer. So we're going to do that in our next video. Thank you for watching.